Hi, I'm Sherry Dias-Malott, and I am the leading authority for teaching women how to use makeup with confidence, no matter what season of life they're in. And I want to show you 3 really easy things that you can do with concealer to enhance your makeup. So if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. And if you hold on just a minute, I'll start the video. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the one that you may have seen first because I want to save the 2 newbies for last because maybe you're not sure. First of all, okay, I've mentioned before that we lived in really remote areas with the military when my husband was on active duty service. And so I didn't have a mall. One place I lived, I didn't have a mall for 60 miles away. I didn't have a Walmart for 45 miles away. I was living in the boonies. I've lived on 2 islands where we didn't have much. So I relied on either mail order for my makeup, and I would just reorder because there was an option to reorder my last order and get all the same colors. And other things, basics like liquid eyeliner, like mascara, like concealer, I had to get at the grocery store or the military commissary when I was shopping with my babies. I had them in my shopping cart or stroller or whatever. And so I used to buy the cheapy CoverGirl. I should have bought stock in this because I used so much. My skin is not flawless. I cover up a lot of skin imperfections. And so this was my holy grail. However, as I got older, as my skin changed, this stuff didn't work for me anymore. It looked chalky on my skin, it looked thick, it looked pasty, and it was really obvious that it was just sitting on my skin, not blending and looking like part of my skin. So I want to show you, if you find a better product that is more liquidy and not pasty, here's a little bit on my hand right here, okay? It will do so much better for you. It's so much better on aging skin. You can make it just disappear and blend into your own complexion. Most people would not know that I have a ton of concealer on. So let me show you the first way that you can really up-level your makeup. Now, I did finish my makeup before I came on with powder because I'm a powder girl. I love powder. I love a matte finish. I'm going to take just a little drop of primer. I don't know if you can see it right next to my concealer. Now this is a light concealer. This does not match my skin. You can see, right? Like that is not my skin tone. That is not my foundation. It's the lightest one that I could buy for this brand. And I put a little dot of primer in with it because I want to make it really, really thin, okay? And I smooth it out. Sometimes I use a palette. I didn't bring it here with me. Or you can use the back of your hand, whatever works. But you want to make it really, really thin. Just super thin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it under my eye. Okay. You can do this before powder, but since I did powder, usually you'll hear people say, oh, don't put a cream product over powder. You know what? You do you. I do it all the time. Who cares? Because I spent too much time not changing things because I felt like I didn't know the rules, right? If perfectionism, if feeling like something has to be perfect holds you back, I'm going to stop you right here. Because you can look really good and it doesn't have to be perfect. My brows are not perfect, but they're good enough, right? There's some people probably go like, oh, I wish my brows looked like yours. I can look at someone on Instagram and go, well, I wish my brows looked like her too, but mine are good enough. They're fine. Once you're able to mentally just let that perfectionism go, like you'll start changing. This has been my goal in my 50s, is to let go of the need to feel like everything has to be perfect, whether it's vacuuming the living room or making a dinner or doing my makeup. Good enough sometimes is just good enough. So what I'm doing is just applying some of this down under my eye. And you can see, I usually do this before a video because it makes me look more awake, more perky. But you can see it does. It lifts the eye. I haven't slept well the last couple nights. My allergies are really bothering me. I had my allergy appointment this morning, but you can see it does. My eyes look a little more sunken in when I'm taking all of the allergy medicine that I'm taking right now, because it's very dehydrating, right? That's the purpose. My allergic reaction is to dry out everything so that I'm not coughing and sneezing and sniffling and so forth. And so if I'm not drinking a ton of water, and I haven't been so good the last 2 days, it can make your eyes look more sunken in, more tired, darker under here. And so concealer is a great way to just fake it, to just say, ha, I feel amazing. Allergies, who worries about allergies? I don't have to worry about allergies. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Okay, a little bit of concealer under your eye can really, like, it can level up my makeup. It makes my makeup look better. It's absolutely enhancing to my makeup routine. Here's something else you can do with your makeup. You can get a little concealer brush like this. Let me get this off my hand because I know I'm clumsy and messy, and I know I'm going to touch something and get concealer all over. You can get a little tiny concealer brush like this, and again, I still have it on the back of my hand. I don't like to waste makeup, so if I have some there, I'm putting it all over, and I'm sharing those tips with you so you can see what I do. Just a little bit, and again, I smooth it out. Less is more. I can always go back and apply more. It's just really hard if you put too much on, because then you're trying to blend it and move it around and nothing's looking right. So this, I can put, which side did I put it on? I put such a thin coat. I can put a little bit under my brow if I want to. Maybe when I did my brows, it was in a really clean line. Maybe, you know, it needs a little more of this. But I can certainly put a little bit more on my brush, put a little bit more under my brow, and it just gives the arch. Again, it's drawing the illusion of your eye. It picks your eye up. It makes your eye look more awake. And if you've been in my Eyeshadow 101 course that I teach, you know, and I talk about it here sometimes, whatever you're doing in your eye area here, this is what can take 5 or 10 years off your age. It can make you look and feel more fresh and more youthful. And so this is one of those tips that can just sort of give your eye a little bit of a lift. Okay. So first I did the concealer under this eye, and then I did under the brow. All right, so here's the other thing that I don't know if I've shared this before in a video. I've done 300 videos here, can you believe it? But I still have the concealer on my skin, and remember, it's not the same color as my, like I have another concealer that matches my foundation. I do that to cover up like all of the breakouts. Can you tell I have so many breakouts on my skin right now? But I've covered them perfectly. This is the lightest shade I could get. It's really, really thin. And when I have extra on my hand, I do this. Watch this. Look at that. I take a little bit right under my cheek, under my cheekbone, but above my jawline. I don't have a really defined jaw. And to be honest with you, if you're watching, we're in a pandemic, I'm still carrying my extra COVID weight. Like, that's going to be a phrase, right? Hashtag COVID weight. It is what it is. But I have a trick to make my face look more thin. And when it looks more thin, I feel a little bit better. We just took professional photos just a couple of weeks ago for my son's graduation from Penn State. And I thought, oh, but I didn't, here we're taking these photos and I haven't taken any family photos since 2013. And oh, I wish I were 10 or 15 or 20 pounds thinner. Well, I'm not. But I'm not gonna not take the photos because doggone it, my kid earned the degree and he deserves to have me in the pictures too, right? So how do I move past that self-conscious feeling that I'm gonna look so heavy in these photos that I'm not gonna look the way that I feel comfortable in? I'm gonna use some makeup tips because it absolutely fools the camera. And not only that, when I feel better, I show up better. I bring a different energy. I bring a different enthusiasm. My smile is better in pictures. My posture is better. I'm holding my shoulders back. My chin is up. I mean, it's all connected. You can't disconnect one from the other. When you take a little bit of light concealer like this, right here, it's giving me the illusion that I have a thinner face. I could blend it with my hand, or I can take a brush, this is my foundation brush. It doesn't matter, I need to wash my brushes anyway. Okay, and it's going to give me more of a thinner face appearance, if that makes sense. The trick is super light coats. You can always add more, and then if you mess up, you can just touch up your blush or bronzer or whatever else you have going on. Here's a little bonus, something else you can do, because again, lifting the eye and picking the the eye up so that you look more fresh and perkier. You can also add, if you have a little bit left on your hand or palette, whatever you're using, you can add a little bit over, excuse me, over each brow. And that continues to pick the eye up to make your eyes look like you've had an eye lift. It's a great way. It looks really good. It works in photographs. If you don't like having like something with this consistency on over a powder, you can always touch up with just a little bit of a setting powder or setting spray over it if you feel like you need to keep everything in place. Totally works, but it's a really easy way to use a product that you may already have on hand and use it in other parts of your makeup process so that you feel amazing, so that you feel like your makeup is just tuned up a little, especially like now, if you're watching this live, it's fall. The leaves are changing where I live. The neighbors are putting pumpkins out on their doorstep and scarecrows and everything like that. And so it's a great time to take photos. Whether you're just on your doorstep with your family members or a loved one, or you're out in the woods or someplace out in nature, someplace taking a photo, it's a great time to feel good no matter how you feel about your weight or what you're wearing. You know, you can fix your makeup. You can change your makeup. It's an easy thing. It doesn't matter. All the other stuff doesn't matter. But I'm going to tell you, if you feel really good about the way that your makeup looks, the way your hair looks, you're going to feel really good on the inside. And that is what I want for you. I want you to feel how something on the outside can affect you. We're all affected by songs that we like, music that we like, things that come to us from the outside in, good food, good drink, the smells from it. You know, candles are so popular because we smell them and then that scent makes us feel good. Well, it's the same thing with what we're doing to ourselves on the outside. A new haircut, a new hairstyle, hair accessories, hair color, right? It does the same thing. A fresh lipstick. I've got this bronzy, shimmery, metallic kind of lip product going on right now, and it's just like, oh, it feels very fall. It feels very pumpkin-y. I want you to try different things with your makeup, and I would love to know if you try this week or next week. Let me know. I would be so excited to hear how it works for you. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. If you know someone who loves makeup, feel free to send this their way. I always appreciate when viewers do that. And again, thanks for being top fans to so many of you. You really make it fun for me to come here and chit chat and hang out with some girls. All my friends and family are in another state, and so this makes me feel like I'm not so isolated and everything, and I hope you feel that way also. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.